All right, what's up, everyone? Good morning. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, happy market open. Happy market open. What's up? What's up? The infinite butter. The infinite butter here. You can't hear me? Let's see. Let's see. I don't know what's going on there. Check, check. 1, 2.
Smooth.
Yeah, let's see here. Yo, check, check. Hey, 1, 2, 1, 2. What's going on? Hold on. Hey, 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 check 1, 2, 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Yo, yo, yo. Can you guys hear me? Yo. Weird. Alright, so you can hear me on YouTube, but you can't hear me in butter. That's weird. Hold on. Alright. Yo, check, check. Yeah, this is I don't know what's going on with butter, guys. Sorry. It's like not picking up my microphone. I'm gonna leave and come right back. I'll be right back. Hold on, guys. Technology, man, you know. Let's see here. Yo, 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 yo. I don't know, man. Hello, hello, hello. I've never had this happen. I don't know what the hell's going on. I did update my computer. Damn. Let's see. Yo, check, check, check. I updated my computer. I don't know what the hell's going on. It's not picking up on butter. So sorry about that, guys. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, you can hear me, but it's like it's not through this microphone, right? So hopefully that is it clear, Troy? Can you hear me? Yo. Like I can't hear you. I don't know if you're muted or
Oh, you can't hear me
Oh,
right
there.
now?
Now I can. Yeah, now I can. Yeah, now I can hear
Wow. All right. I just hit TP.
you. Okay, so clear enough? All right, cool. Right on.
Yeah, clear enough.
Cool.
Noise.
All right, right on. Yeah, we'll dive in. Let's see here. Who's in a gold long? Goldie's looking good. Bitcoin, keep moving up. Nice, kind of across the board. Let's go dive right in to the dumpy dump that's happening right now. And see what's going on here. We have NVIDIA earnings today after the bell closes, so just a heads up. That will undoubtedly move the market quite a bit, especially if they miss at all. So we could see some serious doomage. We got one company that controls 6% of the entire space. So it's kind of like amazing how much power they have. So be very careful. 4 o'clock Central is when the NVIDIA earnings come out. So the market is closed, right? There's that gap for an hour. But this is a nice, big, fat, red 15-minute, first 15-minute, looks like going to be 15-minute candle that opens up. So we had consolidation during London, a little bit more consolidation. I wouldn't really call anything manipulation other than what we're seeing now. What's going on in the news? I know we had some geopolitical tensions yesterday with everyone freaking out that there's going to be like, World War III happening or something. So there's that. I always forget to move this. Let me just make sure this is looking okay. What else have we got going on, Troy? What's going on your neck in your neck of the woods, brother?
Not a whole lot. I saw some SMT this morning play out. Decided to take a short and rode it all the way down.
All right, right.
It was pretty legit. It was fast. Didn't have a lot of time to think. Just went in.
Yeah, so I see the SMT right here, where the Dow took the highs and basically S&P and Nasdaq didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense. Yeah, and that goes back to these really understanding these boxes in here. I want to definitely work on that with you so I can understand it better, because I see the outside boxes haven't closed, but I guess there's some inside boxes that closed or something. I don't know. I saw it, it's just, when is it valid? When do you act is kind of I think the big question for a lot of people. But yeah, that's cool. Right on. Well, I know we're going to be doing training on that, but I want to work with you more on that as well. Cool, man. Well, congrats on your short. That's awesome. Yeah. Nice. Cool. So yeah, I mean, obviously everything's moving in sync now. There's no SMT that's played out. So whenever you see,
right. Yeah. I wouldn't even, I'd be real careful right now. Cause we got news tomorrow and Friday. So this is what's setting itself up for, in my opinion, a move back up. So you see this little drop, probably going to see some consolidation of some sort. Then we're going to pop up and maybe go take out those highs. I don't know. That's just what I'm hoping and thinking we're going to do.
Yeah, the market is definitely,
we had that big imbalance below us. So
right,
we just feeling it, dog.
We just filled it, dog. Yeah. Cool. Right on. Yeah. So go to a higher time frame. We're gonna see. Hold on. I got some stuff opening. Man, when I should not have updated my computer today. I have so many issues with this update so far. This is ridiculous. It's like the first time programs are just things are loading crazy weird. Anyways, all right. Let's go to a higher time frame. And you guys, from yesterday, okay, hold on. Actually, let's do a little bit of tail of the tape, right? From yesterday. Let's go and look at what happened yesterday. We had a live session yesterday morning, right? We hopped on around this time, around 8:30, right here, market open. I marked the first 15-minute candle range. I was very clear. I told you that when we closed over this 1 hour range that I'd be looking for longs. What did the market do? Went up, right? If we were to close below that 1 hour range, we would go short. So another W for tomorrow, from yesterday. And those of you who are trading live, you gotta just remember what we're talking about in here when you take it, when you hop off, right? So don't forget, I had somebody reach out hey, I thought I was going to see you take a live trade yesterday. Dude, I was on for an hour and a half. We didn't find, anything. So I'm not going to stay on for 6 hours every day, but I gave you the setup and that was it. And from what Troy had said Monday, that had played out yesterday. So it's let's just, we got to read the room, man. So this went up, price went up. Nasdaq was what we're looking at. Obviously it went up, consolidated last night, came back down. So on a higher time frame, let's see what we're looking at. So we had a 4-hour, range. And I told you yesterday I wasn't really interested in marking the 4-hour range because it was so crazy. But here's the range, right? It's all the way up the highs. So the 4-hour range is literally external highs. Let's go ahead and mark that. Let's go ahead and mark this. So now we're looking at a 4-hour range. And the reason I'm looking at this range just for a minute with you guys is to kind of put it in perspective, right? Everything inside of that range is not that you can't trade it, but the market really hasn't changed direction yet. Like if you look at the 4-hour, we're still in pretty good upward structure. Like there's nothing that's really changed. We made a higher high. We have 3 candles going up. So this is definitely a swing point down here. That's why I marked the range. So we're still in good upward structure. Now on a lower time frame, like a 1 hour, this is kind of confirming the overall bullish sentiment where your inside structure is breaking. So you have higher highs, higher lows. This is not a swing point yet, right? We need 3 candles going up on the 1 hour. So we need 3 hours going up. And then this would be confirmed, like wherever this stops, right? So yesterday, what happened? Well, I mean, we grabbed liquidity from the lows. We pointed that out after we hopped on. This had already happened, right? But we did break structure because here's the thing. We were moving down, okay? This particular candle closed. So it looked like you were going to close. It looked like the market would go up and react off of this level, which was the shelf, the prior 15-minute shelf, or this prior shelf right here. It looked like it was just going to kind of do this, right? So that's why we marked the range yesterday, just to wrap that up real quick, because I wanted to make that point. That's why I marked the range and I marked the outer range. I said we probably want to wait, okay, instead of trying to predict where the market's going to go and trade into that, which is a lot of traders' mistake. What we want to do is wait and see what price actually says, and then have a game plan. If it breaks this way, I'm going to do this. If it breaks this way, I'm going to do this. If it ranges, I'm going to do this. That's the kind of game plan you want to make sure you have, because what I see a lot of times is there is no game plan, right? There's just some type of prediction and that's it. Okay. That's how some people may trade. That's not how I trade. I like to wait to see the market tell me what it's going to do, or tell me what it's doing, I should say. And then at that point, I'm a little bit more confident in my trade setup. So take, for instance, Troy took a trade using SMT. Well, is this not waiting for price to tell you? It's exactly that. It's not, hey, I think this SMT is going to form. It's SMT formed, therefore blank, right? So just want to make that clear. I have a video coming out that talks about some of the mistakes that are made in trading, and prediction, but price prediction is one of them. And I get it. We're trying to predict price. You could argue that, right? We're always trying to predict, but it's not really. We're reacting to something that happened, and then our game plan has that particular, model, we'll say, in it, right? We already have our game plan for longs. We have our game plan for shorts, and here's an example. We're in an uptrend, so if I take a short while we're in a higher time frame uptrend, maybe my money management changes. Maybe I risk less, right? Those are things that I honestly don't see a lot of people think of. It's the same. Oh, just 1% every trade. That is not how the greats traded. That's not how I trade. So sometimes you lay on the gas, sometimes you lean off. Sometimes you let your runners ride and learn how to trail price. Sometimes you just have a strict TP. Your money management is what makes you successful. So, or not, right? So right here, we have an expansion to the downside. We haven't grabbed any of the highs. That's definitely interesting. And we have NVIDIA earnings coming out today. So I'm going to mark this as Asia high. And where are we at? Man, my eyes literally hurt when I don't wear these. It's crazy. Good morning, everyone, man. What's up? What's up, y'all? All right, so Asia high, we'll go London high. NVIDIA earnings could be the catalyst for seeing, literally like, I mean, ridiculous prices going up, or the market just literally, chopping its legs off kind of vibe, just straight down. I mean, like the NVIDIA earnings are going to really make a big difference. So, we don't have like news today, but I would argue the fact and say we do have news. NVIDIA earnings is the news today. So be very cautious. But yesterday we didn't have news. We pushed quite a bit. It was very nice. We pumped up about 300 points. So it's not that the market doesn't move. It's that liquidity and reversals and manipulations during days when there's no news is just a little less. It's a little less probable that you're going to see quick manipulation like that. And so obviously there's not as much volume, right? So that's all that means. Doesn't mean you can't trade on non-news days or something like that. It just means some people don't, but if you see a clear setup like this morning, with Troy seeing the SMT, then it's game on, right? It would have been nice to, get the call, Troy. Hey man, make some money with me. But I see how it is. I get it. You just want to hog it off for yourself. I understand.
This is more of a scalp trade, not like a swing trade.
Gotcha.
So
I'm just
that one's coming.
Nice. What are we looking at for for SMT with the higher time frames? Anything? Any higher time frame things setting up that you see?
Yeah, I mean we have bullish SMT. I'm just waiting for things to play out and specific news events to.
Got it.
Tomorrow's going to be the day, I think, right?
Right. Yeah. Tomorrow should be a pretty interesting day. Yeah, for sure, man. Bitcoin, we called it down here. This was a great trade, 74,000. You could have just kept going. It really didn't show too many signs of a pullback. But when you're in profit like this much, it's 5-to-1 trade. It's like, where do you get out? So I don't blame anybody for getting out of that trade. I did think that we were pulling back here, and I told you guys I surrender this idea, totally surrender this idea. And I feel like I was really wrong on this idea. And I'll tell you, from a structure standpoint, this is not showing any downward, momentum. Okay. But remember, it wasn't structure that I was looking at. And I told you guys I'd like to see a push down, but I was trying to get an early entry. But look, this is what I'm looking at. I'm looking at volume having this incredible 4-hour divergence. I mean, this is a divergence. Like when this drops, I just have a feeling it's not going to be very, very pretty. Anytime you see price run up like that, I'm trying to find an example, but let's see here. Anytime you see this divergence start to happen, here, yeah, not really. I mean, this is like a pretty incredible divergence. I mean, I don't even see one in the relative history. Well, actually, this isn't bad. So price just running up and volume just kind of stagnant, and then you finally get a drop. The thing with divergences in volume, sometimes it just doesn't equal the same. You know what I mean? Like, look at the drop in price. It's like very little, but look at the drop in volume. It's all the way under this prior range, and price didn't come down, all the way under that range. So anyways, long story short, I'm not going to harp on it, but I saw the volume kind of teetering off, and I just figured, you know what, man, the market might pull back. And what we're seeing is the opposite happen with Bitcoin. We're seeing Bitcoin being resilient for the first time for really the first time ever, man. This is the first time that the market is dipping, right? And the market is showing weakness, but Bitcoin is through the roof. I mean, look at what the Nas did, right? Even today, like Bitcoin's not dumping right now. It's pretty resilient. Look at what it did though. Look at what the Nasdaq did last, what was it, Thursday? Whatever this day was, whatever these days were. Yeah, Thursday and Friday. Look at this. I mean, you're talking about 800, almost 740 points. This is like a massive pullback. Look at this. This is a 3%. This is a 4% pullback. Like, dude, that is massive. That's not like little. If you don't trade the Nasdaq, you should know that's a pretty nice 2-day pullback. That's pretty nice. That's a real serious sell-off. And look at what happened since last Thursday. Look at what happened. I mean, where's Thursday at? Right here. It's done nothing. It's just consolidated and gone up. It's actually unbelievable. I think that terminal velocity, or whatever they call it, that point at which there is no stopping Bitcoin has finally, it's here. I think that most people are buying it to long-term hold it. I listened to a lot of Michael Saylor videos the last couple of days, just kind of getting his take. You know, he outperformed every single company, including NVIDIA. It's unbelievable. Like, he's not even, I don't think MicroStrategies is in the S&P 500, and he outperformed all of them. Like by like 30x. Like, it's ridiculous, outperformed them. MicroStrategy is a really interesting company. They have all of their holdings in Bitcoin, all of it. The whole entire company's worth is in Bitcoin. That's because they issue bonds that guarantee a return. So they have to have the capital to pay out the bond yields. It's pretty amazing. And then Bitcoin outperforms those bonds. The bonds are for people who don't like the volatility. And then anything extra goes to the shareholders. So the shareholders are making a shitload of Bitcoin, a shitload of profits, I'll say, off of Bitcoin over a 4-year cycle. So every 4 years, like the last 4 years, it's gone up 60% per year on average. Just like amazing. And yeah, man, I was like a Bitcoin, I want to say I was a Bitcoin fanatic. I don't want to say maximalist, because now I know what a maximalist is after watching a bunch of Michael Saylor videos. But look at gold. Gold is still in that uptrend. I still think we're now, yeah, I mean, look, it pretty much reached target. I had a video yesterday, so this is what all this is here for. But yeah, so basically the idea here, ignore those. This was what was set up yesterday. So this is that was from my other video. I apologize, but yeah, this is our first trade down here. Looked good to the shelf. It kept pumping. No sign of relief there. Let me go down to the 1 hour. You can see that on a 1 hour, we're now breaking above this consolidative sort of range here. I drew this in as support. Nothing's changed. You guys have my chart. You can see this in real time. And so price came down to support, and now it's bouncing up to my target, which is this shelf. This is a higher time frame shelf. And I believe that was I didn't mark it. I think it was a 4 hour or a daily. I can't remember. Let me just go to a 4 hour. I think it was a 4 hour shelf. Let me see. Yeah, it's a 4 hour shelf. So this is the prior consolidative range on a daily. So I marked this zone, and it makes a lot of sense to me that price comes up, and it did. It tapped the bottom of this shelf. I have the middle of it marked. Here's what you can look for gold. For gold, what you want to see is a break into this shelf, into this consolidative daily level. From there, if we can get some volume here, it will create a shelf below right here. Okay, it should. If we can't get this 4 hour candle to close, which it's going to close here in 50 seconds. So I don't think you're going to have as much of a range as I'm saying, but on the next 4 hour candle, if we can get this volume to really push, then this right here will be your shelf. Okay. And this will be we can just go ahead and like delete that once we get above it. And then we use that as support. So essentially this bottom area where price is pretty much stopping right now becomes your new, we'll just call it support level. So the reason why that would be support level is because that is the bottom shelf. And for structure to sort of maintain, what you would be looking for here is what we call a break, a retest, and continuation. So this price target just hasn't been hit yet from down here, but I think it will. So it was a good call. This new 4 hour candle has opened up. That second 15-minute candle has closed. Let's go ahead and take a look at that on the nastiness. I know you were saying, Troy, that this is setting up for maybe a push up, right? This being our first 15-minute candle of the day, right? And this being our second 15-minute candle of the day, closing below the first 15-minute range, just shows weakness in the market. So here is a 40-point. Now what I do is, just so I'm clear, what I like to do is reach for about 40 points and see if I can grab this 40 point. Now, if it goes against me 40 points, that's risking about 1% of the account size. So every 40 points is about 1%. So in this case, I'm just getting I use magic keys, guys. This is really easy to set up on my side. It's basically software that goes with my MT4 and MT5. And what it does is it throws up like lines, like a take profit and a stop loss for me. And then I basically widen out. I basically widen out the stop loss to however many points that I want and tell it what I want to risk. And then it figures all the math out for me. Right. So I don't have to worry about it. It's actually really nice. It makes it very easy. How we doing, guys? Sorry, I was a little quiet there for a minute. I was just setting things up on my side. My bad. Yeah. Yeah. Whatever. Yeah, I mean, the only thing that I would say here, right, is that this momentum should carry weight, okay? If it doesn't, then I'm looking left and I'm going, well, what did we hit? We didn't hit anything important. There was not even like a 4-hour shelf. There wasn't a daily shelf. There's nothing over here, right? We already filled the gap. Now we're moving through it. We're headed down probably to an order block or maybe lower levels. But this is why I don't have like on these type of plays where you have this really crazy push and basically, sort of like that first, I mean, this is a 4-hour candle, right? That 4-hour candle just has no range. Like, look, the wick is just non-existent. So that's always like, for me, and this is something that I haven't really talked about very much, but when a candle ends with no wick, it has no range. When it has no range, sometimes that means that, it's done. Like, it's already pushed. I know that sounds weird, but I learned that from my mentor, and I kind of took a little piece out of his notebook when he talked about it. It's just an odds multiplier. It's not something I, live by. I'm like, I'm not going to take the trade because of it. But when you have this kind of momentum, typically 40 points is not very much. You probably squeeze out 40 points for this trade. So that's why I put it on the board. I forgot. I had some people ask me, am I in a trade or am I in trades that I take live and all this stuff? And I just wanted to make sure, do I take trades live? Are you kidding me? Is that a real question? Like, are y'all serious? What does that say? How long have I been growing this account? Somebody type it in chat. Do I show this every day? Somebody type it in chat. Am I legit? Somebody type it in chat. Get the F out of here, dude. Like, come on. I'll go ahead and take it. And I've grown this account almost 50 grand just in the last few months. Like, live. Everything live. I've literally shown my account history. There's what I've made today. Like, what else do you want from me, man? That's as transparent as it's gonna get. I don't know what to tell you. Oh, did we hit TP? We hit TP because I took my profit on that. So, hey, look, that's to me a momentum play. And it's a very high probability play. What I just showed you right there is very high probability. And it was in and out, right? How many minutes was that? It was pretty easy day, right? So anyways, I'm not saying that your trading day has to be over, but when I jump in, when I'm able to get something easy, the market gave it to me nice and easy, we're good to go. Does anyone want to know what I just did right there? Does anyone want to know? Does anyone want me to break it down so you can do it? I'd be more than happy to show you. It's not a typical one strat for life setup, I can tell you that much. Because remember, we teach the one strategy for life because why? I say it over and over, I'll say it again. I love the one strat for life setup because it shows you liquidity. It forces you to look at liquidity, structure, and inefficiencies. Those three things, right? But what happened here was not, well, I would say it has inefficiency, but I'm not going to give it away. If you want me to go through it, let me know. Anyways, good trade, guys. Nice.
Charge them for it, Mike. You gotta charge them for it.
Yeah,
They won't take it seriously if it's free.
Yeah, well, that's on them. I was given a free car, multiple free cars. I know I sound spoiled. I didn't grow up rich or anything like that, but I grew up like poor when I was little. Not poor, that's a bad word. Like I grew up lower class, okay? And then when I was like in my early teens, my mom came up big. She was making lots of money. And so we got to do all sorts of awesome stuff. And then it all crashed in 2008. But anyways, long story short, if you give somebody something, usually they don't take care of it as well as if they earn it, right? But anyways,
make them pay at the pump.
Yeah, all good. Someday we might put out a training on it or something. All good, man. Range Raider is what it's called. It's called Range Raider. What we just traded right there. So it's pretty awesome stuff. What else, guys? You guys have any questions or like on another pair? Here goes gold moving up into this shelf once again. I'm going to put a little alert right here. I just want to see if it gets there. What else are y'all trading? Let me know. Oh, here's oil. So I had some ideas on oil. Remember yesterday? I told you guys oil's going up. I got in right here. I didn't make the trade. Okay, I was clear, but I put it on the board, right? This is the idea. So here's a money management system that's a little different than just a rigid stop loss. And I think it serves you very, very well, especially if you're new. This type of money management system could really serve you well. You just have to be careful. You have to understand. I have a video coming out. You guys will see what I mean, but you just have to do the math here. But basically, I think oil could be going up. And we'll see, right? Because listen, let me tell you something about just if nobody else tells you, at least you say, I heard this guy say it. Who am I? I'm nobody, but I'm just a guy with a leather jacket that likes to trade. But I will tell you that if price tells me different, right? If it says something different, then I've surrendered the idea, just like I surrendered the Bitcoin idea, right? And many other ideas. I'm just saying, in this case, it doesn't look like it. It looks really good. Look at what's happening here. So, I mean, we have a shelf, right? If you don't watch my video on shells and you don't know about shells, watch it. It'll help you. So this is upward structure. We have consolidation, right? We have our leg. Let me zoom in. This is on a 4-hour time frame. So it is a much higher time frame. But, you know, and because I took this on a lower one, but I was looking at the 4-hour because I drew this 4-hour fair value gap, and this is where price could head down to, and I would add another position, right? This is called ladder ordering, at least what I call it. Some people call it DCA. Some people I don't know. Some people call it a bunch of stuff. Stupid. A lot of people call it stupid. It's not stupid. You're stupid. You just don't know how to do math, because this isn't extra risk, okay? This is called understand your risk and do it. Do it. Anyway, so price pops up. This prior level here is a shelf. So the break, the retest, and this is what I would imagine that price does. Okay, it popped up. Here's your retest, and we're out of here. And if it doesn't do that, that's fine. Then tell me what you want to do, price. But that's what I'm assuming it does, because that's what structure says. If you don't know structure, watch my video on structure. It'll help you. Okay, you need to understand structure. Structure is the key to all of this, man. It's the glue, right? Now look at the 1 hour. The 1 hour is messy, huh? Like, what's going on here with oil? Is anyone interested in oil? Type 1 if you're interested in oil. Type 2 if you want me to move on. Just want to like. All right, Stu. Okay, we got a few people. All right. Okay, I'll continue. Okay, cool, man. Wow, you guys really like oil, huh? Sweet. The black gold, Troy. It's the black gold, baby. All right, so let's say we get some of this off. Since you want me to go through it a little bit more, I will, because I find oil to be very interesting, very, very interesting. Okay, so let's go up to a higher time frame. Let's go to a daily and let's break it down. What structure is the daily in? Somebody tell me in chat. Sam says downward. Anyone else agree? Yeah, I think you guys know. All right. So what's the range on, what's the rate? Why is this commercial? Are you serious right now? Dude, I got to get YouTube Premium. These commercials kill me. All right. So what's the range here, right? Here, let's draw out the range. We got a lower low right here. And we got our pivot or our swing high right up here. How do we know this is swing high? Because there's 3 candles. Going up, going down. Yes, so this was a prior low. This is a prior high. I use the 3 candle pullback system. So if it's not 3 candles, right, then it don't count. And that makes it very easy. That short was gangster, by the way. Just to tell everybody, that was legit. So now we have our daily range, right? So if we're range trading, where should this go? Well, the range says, very simply, if you're ranging, this is what the market will do, right? That's a range. So that's scenario number 1, that we range. Remember, I always say be prepared for all outcomes, right? And so this is preparing yourself for all outcomes. That's number 1. So what is the probability that we go up or we go down if I'm looking at this as maybe a range? I would say 50-50. Sure, 50-50, yeah. With maybe, hold on, is there a slight edge to the downside? Well, let's zoom out. I know we're in downward structure, but just look at it. Like, if we were here, like down here, I would say more probability to go down, and I would have been wrong. But that structure, if that's all you saw, it's like, yeah, dude, we're going to go up, tap the shelf, and move down. But that's what I would have thought. And look, price went up, tap the shelf. Do you see what I'm seeing right here? Sorry, let me just be clear. This is a shelf. So I would have thought to myself, price is going to go up, tap the shelf, which it did, and move down, but it didn't create the lower low. I still would have gotten a win, but it didn't create the lower low. So meaning I would have thought the price would do this, but didn't do that, right? So what I'm saying is when you look at where we're at and just look at what price has been doing, right? To me, this doesn't scream down. If anything, it kind of says, yo, this is some major level of support right here, and do not pass go, do not collect $200. So far, right? I could be wrong today, who knows, right? But that's what it's kind of saying. I also know geopolitical conflicts drive oil prices up. And I also know that, it's just from a geopolitical standpoint. So anyways, 50-50, okay. So does that negate longs? No, right? Okay, so what's the other option? The other scenario is that price shoots down, right? Breaks the low, retests, continues lower. So I guess the idea here is that if price were to do this, where would I call it? Where would I call the trade? Let me go back to the 4 hour. If price goes down and continues to go down, okay, where would I get out of this trade? Well, if it goes down to the middle of this fair value gap, what's the likelihood that this inefficiency candle has buyers sitting somewhere down here? Probably really high. How do I know that? Because look at this candle. That's a nice inefficiency candle to the upside. Now, it didn't break this range. That one candle didn't break the range, but it did show nice buying. So at the very least, if I were wrong up here, right, then I have an opportunity to potentially add to my order. And when if price were to, let's say I added to my order, right, and let's say price goes up halfway and it's only let's say I didn't, increase sizing. It was the same as a first trade. Well, now I can reduce my leverage. If I wanted to, I could reduce my leverage here, or I could say, you know what? This is still my original idea. Nothing saying lower prices. It hasn't broken structure on a 4 hour. So I'm going to hold it, right? And get a little green out of it. So it's up to you, like what your, risk management is. Maybe on this first trade, you risk 3%. I'm instead of 1, you risk 3, so you go a little heavier. And with this included, it's a total of 6%. Oh, that's a little high for you. Okay, no problem. So that's a little high. When you get back to a place where you can reduce your leverage, do it. No problem, right? So like trade smart. But what's the other alternative here? The other alternative on a daily, let's go back to the daily. The other alternative is that price goes up. So we're in a downtrend, right? But price goes up. Why would price go up? Price would go up to fill something like this, which we're in, which is a daily fair value gap. Okay, why else would price go up? Well, maybe price wants to just range and go to the highs. So why go long here instead of short if the market is, in a downtrend and we close down lower, on a higher time frame, lower candle body here? Well, there's only really one reason for me, okay? Only one. And that is that this daily candle right here, you can see dipped, grabbed. See that wick right there on the daily? What is this grabbing? Well, obviously this is grabbing the previous lows over here where traders had their stops. So this is where traders have their stops. This is where stop losses are at. So it's a clear X marks the spot grab, and you can see that. And then what happened? What is this? Delivery candle saying? Well, it's saying, screw you guys. We're out of here, and we're gonna give maximum pain, right, to these guys down here. And so this is telling me this candle is closing above the range, has nice momentum, right? And so it's kind of saying, hey, we're going to deliver maximum pain to these folks down here where we just grab stock. It's showing me that, the market makers pushed to this level so they could get in. That's the whole point. So to me, it's a change of state of delivery, okay? And That's what it looks like. It's a market structure shift potentially on a daily. It just hasn't happened yet because we got to break structure. So on a 1 hour, we saw that happen. The change of character happened here. Nice volume candles on the 1 hour. Nice, what we call impulsive moves to the upside right here, right? So, you know, I would hang on to this idea that the support level is a potential danger zone for shorts, and that price has already told you no multiple times. Just look left, right? And what did it do? These multiple times after it did this, when you see it touched, you do see, especially like over here, it came down, you know, turtle souped right here, re-grabbed liquidity, and just look at this volume. These impulse candles set off a wave, right? Like this one. Boom, that's a nice impulse. These were just stair steppers, but nice. And you go left more and you can see, you know, after you grab this level, this was a nice impulse down, but just didn't hold. Like, it tried it again, didn't hold. Price just does not want to go down there. So my whole idea here is price might want to come down, and I'll see if this can get a push to the upside off of this momentum. That's all it is, a momentum play. That daily candle closing above the entire range showed me everything that I need to know. That's it. That's all. That's the only reason why I think it's going up. Structure on the 1 hour, right? Oh yeah, there's one more thing. Sorry, my bad. I totally forgot. Which is volume. So check out the volume. All right. So volume was bullish divergence. So you have price coming down from the lows, and from the volume standpoint, right? What is that wave doing? It's going up, right? A higher low. Then you can see that volume, just look at where the volume is according to the prior peak over here, right? So I'm going to circle this. I totally forgot about this. Sorry, guys, but it's worth just noting, okay? So you see this peak, right? Look at where the volume peak is over here, where current price action is, right? And now I'm going to circle the prior peak, right? Somewhere out in the neighborhood. So to me, that says that we could potentially move significantly higher because we're not even close to this prior peak. Let me go up to a 4 hour. Looks like a happy face. That's funny. Let me get rid of these. Go up to a 4 hour. Let's see here. On a 4 hour, check it out. Very, very clear, right? You can see it, right? So you have bullish divergence from the bottom, from right here. These waves. This is, look at down here, the waves, right? It's going up, price coming down. And then what do you see with this wave? Well, you see the wave is like above this prior wave, and look where price action was, right? So you just have this massive imbalance from a volume perspective, you know? So that is another catalyst or a reason. It's just an odds multiplier, right? I don't take the trade solely based off of one thing. It was kind of like all those things put together. So does that give you a pretty good overview? I want to move on now. I think I probably went too long on that overview, but it's worth noting. Cool. We'll see what happens. And I'll set an alert down here. And I'm going to set an alert up here just so I, you know, over the next couple days or maybe today. All right, cool. Let's go to what else? What do you guys want to look at? I think I'm pretty much done. I'm probably not going to get into another trade. I've taken. See, I don't want to get back over to the Nasdaq. It's already made its move. Look, if we look at the Nasdaq, anything that's done this kind of move, I'm not saying it can't continue, but damn, I don't know. You know, buying down there is, you know. Oh shoot, I gotta say one more thing. My bad, guys. Dang, man. Because I there was one more thing I was looking at. Let me go over to the daily with oil. Okay, we talk about buying at a discount, selling at a premium, you know, and that is another thing that I could look at here and say, if I just bring out my PD, right? This is my premium discount fib. Let me show you what I mean right here. Premium and discount, right? So I'll make this a little bit like so you can see it. So down here is discount, up here is premium on the daily. So what should I be, kind of more looking for down here? I'm not saying this is the only thing. I'm just saying it made a lot of sense to me as well to buy down here while we're at a discount. So I just want to throw that in. All right, I'm done. Troy, back to you.
Yeah, I mean, I made my trade. I'm done for the day. So, trying to like sneak in some more trades is just over trading and being greedy at this point.
Yeah.
So when price does this, makes this big move, you really want to wait and see consolidation happen. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. And we may keep going. The NAS or something might keep going to previous day's low. So that's something I've got alerts set already on the previous day's low of my 3 pairs, right? So
I see.
if one of them gets hit,
let's
I'm going to open the chart and look. So
yeah, let's talk about that.
I'm going to go.
Let's talk about that. Just
enjoy
briefly.
my day.
Yeah, I love that, man. I love.
No,
it.
we're done. We're done talking, Mike. You already talked too long. We're done. No more talking.
No, I just want to talk. No, man, I just wanted to just show everyone what you're talking about just briefly. I'll go ahead and set the alerts here as well. So here's previous daily low for the ES. Here's previous daily low for the Dow. What Troy's saying is that, and once again, we'll probably roll out like an advanced training on this for those of you who are interested in SMT. By the way, I don't know if anyone's even on YouTube right now, but we are hosting a 4-day trading challenge. If you click the link, you can sign up on the wait list. And we're going to be hosting a 4-day challenge where we basically show you everything under the hood in 4 days. So we're going to be doing that as well. But yeah, one of these pairs, right, is one of these instruments, the Dow, the ES, which is the Nasdaq, S&P 500, right, and the Nasdaq, one of them is going to go take out previous day low, or 2 of them could, or all of them could. What we're looking for is a couple of them or one of them to take out the previous daily low and a couple of them not to, right? So if the Dow, for instance, went and took out the low for previous day, but the ES and the Nasdaq didn't, right? And some time went by, right? So it's let's say tomorrow morning we wake up and it's like that, that's SMT on a higher time frame. That's what we're talking about, that cracking correlation. That's how Troy got the massive trade that he got today. Because he just understands this really, really well. And I'm excited to learn more about it, man. But anyways, yeah, I think all in all, guys, I hope you had a good session with me. I hope you guys made money. Do we have W's in the chat? Anyone actually get a W today?
Yeah, we've already got some people in the group posting wins as well. So high fives.
Nice. Way to take action, man. Yeah, I mean, we had time, right? That was a pretty simple setup. I feel like we had time. Everyone had time to get in, unless you were here late, it happens. But I love this. I love trading with you guys every day. It's fun. I'll see you guys tomorrow, mañana. And again, if you're interested in the 4-day challenge, we are going to be hosting that. So sign up on the wait list. There's 0 charge to sign up on the wait list, and it's $1 to take the challenge. Gotta have some skin in the game, right, Troy? Gotta have some skin in the game.
That's right.
Baby. So other than that, man, you guys have a great rest of your trading day. I'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, guys.
Bye, y'all.
Peace.
Peace.